the power, can you feel it? Just be yourself, the power in you. Your shield's what you've been through, and your mind is a weapon, put it to use. Power, 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 the power, 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 power. Nobody can stop you, you ahead of the curve. Sit there and listen and use what you learn. I know you got pain, there's blood on the curb. Money to get, stripes to earn. I'm here to confirm it's your turn. Your own superhero in your own world. You got the power like a generator. You need to dig deeper and you can thank me later. Put paint where it ain't, but you ain't no painter. Take steps and start running on them haters. Just be yourself, that should motivate you. It was good on the ones that hate you. Keep grinding, in due time you will climb. If you've been through it all, put it behind. You got the power, the real kind. Go ahead and shock the world right now. It's the power, can you feel it? Just be yourself, the power in you. Your shield's what you've been through, and your mind is a weapon, put it to use. Power, 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 the power, 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 power. With all the money in the world, you could be broke. Life is not a game, life is not a joke. Get your childish Gambino on and stay woke. Turn the power on and go at they throat. Everybody got power, it's how they use it. Seen it the other day, boy, it ain't a movie. Raw like sushi, nighttime gloomy. Dope fiends walking around, that's spooky. Dig deep, come on, man, bring it out. You can't bring it out sitting there on the couch. Go get uncomfortable and take it there. Use your powers right now and don't play fair. Give them a lesson and pull up a chair. It's your time right now, you feel it in the air. It's your time right now, I feel it in the air. Now you feeling the power, it's all there.
Hey, yo, welcome everybody. We're doing another episode of Kojay's Corner. This is a record for my channel, actually. I was live last night, had a bunch of audio issues, and then I cut out all the awkward stuff where it was dead silence and me just going, and whatever. So I cleaned it up. So when you watch the replay, it just goes over to my opinions and stuff. And I was sharing music or clips from the concert I went to, Elyanna, which I will show to you properly this time around. And I just want to give mad props to her. It was an amazing show. And just like yesterday's episode, I went over a bunch of topics. That's what we're going to do here. And if you're here in the live, I appreciate you. Share your input, your comments, and, I'll show them here. We could talk. And today might be open to some guests. You never know. It's one of those, but it is kind of spur of the moment. A couple things happen. And one of the things is, as you saw, I went old school with my intro, the Restore the Snyderverse intro with that little song I put together. I have another one, and I'll play that too. But I went on Twitter or X, whatever. See, I don't know. I still call it Twitter. I'm an LA boy, so we still call Staples Center, not crypto.com. I don't know. Do people still call it crypto.com? I don't know. Everyone I know in this town, we call it Staples Center. So, yeah, I'm still calling it Twitter. It'll take a while to do X, because then when I see x.com, I think of XCOM, the game. Where's that bad boy? Where's that bad boy? I was going to show you the... Oh, well, whatever. I have it. Dang it. I don't know where I put it. Something totally falls. Ha! But yeah, it's a great video game, and it's hard for me to go X. Anyways. But yeah, so I was on Twitter, and I saw it's been a year since Full Circle. Wow. That was such a great time. So I'm going to spend some time reminiscing over that. And I'm going to save all the good stuff for the end, because psychologically speaking, it's good for your mind that whatever you do throughout the day, at the end of the day, before you go to sleep, make sure you do something that makes you happy. And all the BS you've been through throughout the day or whatever, if you end the day with something happy on top, it makes everything else feel okay. And then, when you go sleep recharge, get ready for the next day, you have a good start. So, yeah. If you're new, you don't know, Kojay's Corner is pretty much I treat it like a radio show at first, making videos where I just talk. and I have some visuals, and I just say what's on my mind, my heart, or I pick a theme, reminisce, or I have a guest on. Majority of the show I've always had a guest, and like an interview type of thing and discussion, and it's really fun doing it that way, and it's fun to watch people converse. I think it's kind of harder when it's just you. So if you're in the chat and you want to talk and let me know what's up, that's good. We are live on, I think, X. See, I got better there, but we are on Twitch and our main hub, YouTube. So yeah, if you want to throw some sense in, peep the slogan and the hate. That is for the Remember Hana charity. You can check out the links below. And I am against cyberbullying, so there's no toxicity here. Even though the topics might perceive to be heated, it's nothing but love, awareness, and sharing experiences. And yeah, it's just what we do here. It's literally my corner. There's a lot of shows in my corner. There's a show I like called Rosie's Corner. Hers is awesome. I think it's on my link of channels to check out. If you're on YouTube, check out the community thing. And yeah, so this is my corner, but I like pro wrestling, lucha libre, puro resu. So corner to me is you're in my corner. We're a team. We're getting through this world of life, and life's a stage, and mine's what is it? A squared circle. Ha. So obviously this shouldn't scare anyone because I'm normalizing talking about Palestine. It's a important topic. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. What's going on in Gaza and the occupation and genocide towards innocent people is wrong. Now, I've been very active and super vocal on my Instagram. Check out my Instagram. You see, it's pretty much, it's like a scrapbook. So many things I'm sharing, and I'm using it as a cliff notes for you to dive and look into other stuff and do research to see what's going on. And hopefully you can help on your end in any way, shape, or form. Awareness and knowledge and discussing what's wrong goes a long way. And we'll be discussing that first before we get to the nice stuff, because again, I want to end with some happiness at the end. But I saw a statement from our president, Joe Biden, and it really irritated me. And then I heard more, and it's irritating me some more. So I feel compelled to speak on my platform because I made a comment in detail and it was deleted. But all the replies to my comment bullying me is not deleted. That's very funny. So anyways, before we get into the theme, the first theme is Free Palestine. I want to share with you what I know I am protesting for and about, and the many other people who've been protesting for Free Palestine for decades. This is not a trend. This is something going on because it is a problem. When there's a wildfire spreading out, you want to stop the fire. And that's what this is about. So, from my experience with Palestinians and protesters all these years, not years, it feels like years. The whole story is like 75 years and 209 days long, something like that. It's crazy. And it's not a secret. It's been in the public, but we've been all distracted by pretty things and propaganda and prejudice, Islamophobia, so many things that's wrong. But I've been learning and marching along with Christians, Muslims, Jewish people, atheists, agnostics, people of all kinds of walks of life, all kinds of ethnicities. And I walk and march with the Palestinian Youth Movement and Jewish Voices for Peace. And what I learned from them is what we stand for, which is Free Palestine and what the protesters are standing for in general. There's other things to the layer, but we are really protesting and standing by the Palestinian people, and we'll go into more details of that. But there is some propaganda, some labels, misconceptions thrown at the people about this. That's very, very unsettling to me, and I do not like that. So, one of the main things that we're protesting and marching for is equal rights for the Palestinians, because they live in an apartheid system under a rule where they don't have equal rights as other people. Authorities can abduct them, hurt them, beat them, confiscate their home and give it to someone else, and even kill them, and for no reason at all. It is ridiculous. It's a known historical fact. And settlers who come in from other places with the graces of that government are able to take over their land, bully them, and even hurt and kill them too, with no repercussions or answering to the law. So, equal rights for all Palestinians is important. The right to return home and to their homes is important. That's what we're protesting for. That's what all the kids in the campuses are protesting for. And no genocide to anyone ever. Now, the Jewish Voices for Peace and everyone has been saying genocide is wrong. It's not the answer. What you're hearing from the opposition is they're assuming a free Palestine means genocide to Israelis and Jewish people. That is wrong and so far from the truth. We're marching because there shouldn't be genocide to Palestinians. There shouldn't be genocide to people in the Congo. There shouldn't be genocide to anyone in the world ever, ever, ever. We are against genocide. If you're against something, why would that something you're against be an answer? Only people who are accustomed to this being an answer probably think so. So when the opposition, I'm trying to be nice here, the opposition says that or assumes that we're protesting for a genocide of other people, that is wrong. That is slander. That's trying to kill the messenger, to kill the message. And then to me, it seems like all these things are just delaying, stopping a genocide going on in Gaza. Then the next thing that we're also protesting against is no killing innocent men, women, and children. Yes, something went down October 7th. Yes, a bunch of stuff has gone on before that. Yes, a bunch of stuff has gone on October 8th, 9th, 10th, all the way up to today, but also done by the government of Israel. That is very wrong, war crimes related, and no one says a thing. We only focus on one, and even the one day, there's misinformation there as well, which I've already covered in my other episodes and shows. Check them out. I'll put links in the description below for afterwards for you all to check out. Now that I mention it, I should have done it before, but hey, I just got off of work. Doing my best. By the way, we're in 1080. That's cool. So, no killing innocent men, women, and children. And that's across the board, not just for Palestinians. That's for everybody. We're against this because what we're seeing is a response in the name of self-defense that is being carried out as collective punishment. And you hear all these different kinds of excuses as to why civilians are being killed. And they don't mind lying about it because the job is already done. There's about 2.1 or 2.2 million civilians in Gaza, which is known as an open-air prison. The only ones who control what goes in and out of Gaza is the Israeli government. It's known as an open-air prison for many, many reasons. Checking out the comments. Hey, re-release the Snyder Cut, and I say in theaters. Thank you for swinging by Tim's Talk. I appreciate you. Everyone check out his channel. He's got a lot of fun stuff and his opinions on a lot of pop culture. Very cool guy. And every now and then we do get a chance to play Fortnite. So I apologize when I can't. So yeah, no killing innocent men, women, and children. Now, the other thing right here. I'm getting better at using my thing. We are for releasing all hostages. All hostages. All the hostage exchanges that have been presented has been denied by Netanyahu and his government. We want all the hostages returned home. all the Israeli hostages returned to their home, and all the Palestinian hostages. Now, last I checked on the number, it keeps jumping. Why? Because something happens to them. Some of them get killed due to the torturing going on and whatnot. But roughly around the last time I checked, it's about 9,000 Palestinian hostages Israel has. And that's wrong. Yet no one bats an eye. Now, I know our American government has an intelligence department. It doesn't look like that, but we do have an intelligence department, and I know they know at least what we know. And we know enough to know what's really going on, to know that when our government says otherwise, something's amiss. The lobbyists run this country, and I don't like that. They should be the United States of America, not the United States of a foreign power controlling the strings of our politicians, controlling us and where our money goes to kill other innocent people. Yes. And we are protesting for freedom. Freedom for everybody. Now, what makes America so great is that we have the freedom and to have the pursuit of happiness. We have the freedom to practice our religion, even though culturally some religions are looked down upon. But we have the freedom of speech, which is why so many different things are being attacked when we're saying stuff that the government doesn't like. So we have freedom of speech only for so long until they make some rules and laws to go against it. And we'll go over that in time. But freedom should be for everybody worldwide. If what I believe this country to be in a very G.I. Joe manner of upholders of truth and justice for the world, and especially our country, we should be doing exercising that everywhere and not having favoritism just because someone is a geographical useful ally. We shouldn't turn blind eyes to crimes going on just to maintain that location, which is what it all looks like coming down to it. So this is all. I can't get better. The people do weather reports are very impressive that they could do this. So all this stuff here is very important to know going forth with the stuff I'm going to share and tell you. The great thing about when you know the solid truth and you know the full story, it's so easy to point out where the fallacies are, where the propaganda is, where the lies are, where the manipulation is. And it's disturbing, but knowledge and awareness and the people always have the power. We have to wake up and know in what we do with voting, with how we speak, how we treat one another. And all these things are very powerful and they go a long way. And if we do what we can, which is right, and engage with each other in a healthy, peaceful, knowledgeable conduct to make the tough decisions of what is right and wrong, because it does get tough, because there is all this kind of pretty fantasies that get broken when you see a tragedy going on. It's a defense mechanism to go to something familiar, something safe, a quick stereotype to label on people so you don't have to feel or have empathy, because having empathy does cost a lot of energy, but it's a good energy that when you do feel happy at the end of doing something good to combat that sadness, it's more fulfilling for your heart and soul, and God watches that. God sees that. This life is temporary, ladies and gentlemen. What you believe or not, you can even believe in free positive energies if you don't believe in God. But to those who believe in God like I do, this life is temporary. When we die, we go to a higher plane of existence, or we don't. And what we do in this life will determine that. And eternity is a long time, and investing in a good eternity after we pass requires everything we do in this life. And we need to commit to being good human beings, because we're all we have on this floating rock in the vacuum of space, spinning around a star. So it's very important, and knowledge and awareness and true unity of helping humanity be at its best, be it your circle of friends, family, your community, your city, your nation, the world. If we all get on the same page, we can move mountains in the right direction and all prosper, and not just a small percent, whatever it is, that stay rich and power and just milk the rest of the classes. So yeah. So I'm gonna share with you some stuff on so it's not just me talking all the time. I'm gonna share with you some things on Instagram, YouTube, as examples of what I've been seeing today and what's been going on this week. And we'll see this together and react and see what's good with uh this topic. And these should never be your full source of information. You need to do the research, as in being aware, look at all news sources, look at the journalists. I think the journalists are most honest, because news media is very Hollywood based. Why I say that is because they make money off of commercial revenue. When you make money off of commercial revenue, you make money off of sponsors, you make money off of people who pay you to say what they want you to say. And it's very apparent, and that's how they make money. That's how they get the fancy high-tech studios, and that's how they can live very bougie, reporting daily news. So really do the homework, and I suggest follow journalists. They tell you what's going on, and you could find out the truth yourself. So when I share stuff that's on the socials, Instagram and whatnot, it should be like a cliff notes in order to find ways to see what's going on. Now we're going to start this topic off with a speech Netanyahu had a few days earlier ago, whatever. You know what I'm saying. And as soon as I can find it, pardon me with all this. It's a lot to take the clips and then put them up, and I'm not I don't have that time. I don't think no one does. But I like sharing it too, because then you could see where the credit is with who shared what. But some of these things do get taken down, and I would rather you see who posted it for credit's sake, because I'm not making money off this. I don't intend to. I hope to make money off of super chats and my own original content. But this is discussion time, and we need to share. I hope you all are doing well wherever you are. Much love to you. I hope your day is going good. There's a lot of negativity in the world, and we have to combat it. I don't think, as in face it in a good way, not just ignore things or brush things under the rug. We should be able to have, not avoid heavy topics, but I think we as people should be having better conduct with heavy topics, which I think makes all the difference. All right, here we go. This is TRT World, and on Instagram, and they made a great video of showing Netanyahu's speech and showing footage of what the people in Gaza are doing based on his actions and all that horrible stuff. But okay, that's my own narrative. You'll see. So TRT World posted this one day ago, and they say Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu called on the free world to stand firmly against possible arrest warrants for him and senior Israeli officials, while also once again claiming the Israeli army is one of the most moral militaries in the world. Since October 7th, Israel has killed over 34,500 Palestinians, 75% of them babies, children, and women, in its brutal war on Gaza. So, here we go. Mm-hmm. And there we go. And we'll do this.
You have to hear this to believe this. The International Criminal Court in The Hague is contemplating issuing arrest warrants against senior Israeli government and military officials as war criminals. This would be an outrage of historic proportions. It will also be the first time that a democratic country fighting for its life according to the rules of war is itself accused of war crimes. The Israeli army, the IDF, is one of the most moral militaries in the world. It takes endless measures to prevent civilian casualties, measures that no other army takes. You have to hear this to believe this. The International Criminal Court in The Hague.
Okay, so I understand this guy to be a liar, a hypocrite, and every time he speaks, it's the same monotone, like he's got it down, you know. He even predicted and made threats of attacks on the Twin Towers in like late 90s, and certain Israelis in the area were celebrating the falling of the Twin Towers. I don't like that. And there was recently a statement or article saying that we are to get in trouble with the Israeli government, or someone is, if there's more investigations on what took down the Twin Towers. I'll save that for my other podcast. No, not podcast series to get into. I just want to tackle these things because part 2 of this is our own president. This is where my channel will probably get dinged, and hopefully not. And here we go. See for yourself. This is from Breakthrough Newsroom. There's one thing Joe Biden and Donald Trump agree on: representing students opposing Israel's ongoing genocide in Gaza. So here we go.
Society, and order must prevail. Throughout our history, we've often faced. We are not an authoritarian nation where we silence people or squash dissent. The American people are heard.
I'm so proud of the New York's finest. They're great. They're great people too. I know so many of them. They're incredible. They did a job at Columbia, and likewise in Los Angeles, they did a really good job at UCLA.
We're a civil society. An order.
Okay, so let's make him quiet here for a second. YouTube will love me doing that. So what you're seeing, there's like tear gas, but go to the bottom. So those people attacking the students right here, it's been the violence has been brought to these students for a while. These encampments, the students have been singing, chanting, just chilling, staying in their spot. The only time the chaos, the violence has started, I should say, began when extreme Zionist groups and pro-Israelis showed up and started yelling slurs and attacking these students to where they have to defend themselves and hold their ground and just barricade together. I don't know if you saw the movie 300, but they did this shield wall where they just kept strong together, and they need to with the onslaught. And then they credit all this violence to the protesters. They're not starting the violence. It's crazy. I've been to so many of these protests, and they're all peaceful, all loving, all with etiquette. And there are some ruffians who come around and try and just have an excuse to do graffiti. And we do everything we can to peacefully, respectfully stop them. And it's ridiculous. But there's something I saw in this clip here. See, so those people are okay, there it is at the beginning. So what the officers here are shooting, they're shooting rubber bullets. Now, rubber bullet will not kill you, but if it gets you in the face, in the eye, it can break something and make you go blind. And they are powerful enough to break bones. So if they get you in a certain area, it could cause some permanent dangerous damage. And they're using these methods to attack student protesters who are unarmed and who are protesting against violence, and they're met with violence, and they are not responding back with violence except maybe pushing and shoving. Oh my gosh, right? So it's really crazy, and it's really disgusting that our leaders are encouraging this and applauding it, and that's just very bothersome to me. I'm gonna get shadow banned again. Now here's another fool, Representative Tom Cotton, and the poster of this, Doc Nafia Khan, she said that in USA is little Israel at this point. Very good point. So remember when I played this one, remember what I played earlier about, or I said earlier about what we stand for when we do these protests, and listen to how they paint the people, the American people protesting against all this violence. Okay, there we go. And go to post.
We're here to discuss the little Gazas that have risen up on campuses across America and the liberal college administrators and politicians who refuse to restore law and order and to protect other students. These little Gazas are disgusting cesspools of anti-Semitic hate, full of pro-Hamas sympathizers, fanatics, and freaks. The terrorist sympathizers in these little Gazas aren't peacefully protesting Israel's conduct of the war. They're violently and illegally demanding death for Israel, just like their ideological twins, the Ayatollahs in Iran. We're here to discuss the little Gazas.
So, hear that term, the little Gazas. He's looking down on. By the way, this guy was a soldier involved in Afghanistan who also was involved in taking a selfie of all the gold our government stole from them after killing a lot of civilians. So, and this guy was also involved in the court hearings of TikTok, claiming and accusing a Singaporean as being Chinese. A Singaporean. And these people get jobs. It's crazy. I don't get it.
That have risen up on campuses across America, and the liberal college administrators and politicians.
And notice he highlights and assumes everyone is liberal. So there's another, forced shoehorn of politics. It's like, these people are bad, we are good.
Politicians who refuse to restore law and order and to protect other students.
No students during the protests were hurting any student. In fact, if I can find the clip, there was some pro-Zionist or pro-Israelis going there with the whole Israeli thing, just standing there waiting for people to mob them, and nothing happened. Oh my gosh. So I guess that pissed off so many other extremists who are pro-Zionist to go there and cause a ruckus.
These little Gazas are disgusting cesspools of anti-Semitic hate.
Okay, anti-Semitism. Ladies and gentlemen, Semitic people are those of Arabic, Hebrew, Jewish, and Aramaic. So Palestinians are Arabic. We love them. People protesting with us are Jewish. We love the Jewish people. There is nothing anti-Semitic about any of what we're standing for and protesting. It is racist to assume anti-Semitism is only to one demographic of people while you're eliminating the rest of the demographic of people that's Semitic people cover. It's like if you were to say Asians are only Japanese but not Korean or Chinese. That's pretty much what this government is advertising anti-Semitism to be, only to one group and not the rest. It's ridiculous. So this guy's got a lot of negative points going in on this already. And if you're buying into this, I pray for you. I pray with all my heart and soul. I pray for you. And if you're hearing this, then God bless you for being in the know.
Full of pro-Hamas sympathizers, fanatics,
What did I just say earlier? We are for the Palestinian people and all people, and no killing innocent people.
and freaks. The terrorist sympathizers in these little Gazas aren't peacefully protesting Israel.
So they are peacefully protesting. And the other thing is he's saying these little Gazas. So his analogy of all these encampments of students, and they're going in to attack them and hurt them and rip them out from where they are, and he's calling them those little Gazas. So in a way, he's exposing himself as how authorities are bullying Gaza. So, like, are these people smart at all? What's
Israel's
going on?
conduct of the war. They're violently and illegally demanding death for Israel.
What did I say? Freedom for everyone and no death to innocent people, no genocide to anyone. Again, another lie.
Just like their ideological twins, the Ayatollahs.
Okay, where did that come from? He's just adding in stuff so he could shoehorn another enemy in this. Is this guy at Costco? Is he trying to get a bag of all the things he wants to put in to make you hate and buy into their agenda to get the job that they need to get done to kill people and get the oil and land and all that stuff?
In Iran. We're here to discuss the
Okay. This gets on my nerves, ladies and gentlemen. This gets on my nerves. But I don't know if I don't know. I don't know how these. It's like there's a big problem in the world with killing innocent people, and the stressful thing I find is that so many of us who want to stop it can't, and those in power who can stop it won't because they're profiting off of it. Yeah, I can't wait till we get to the other topics because, oh my gosh, this is really grinding my ears. So let's see. Yeah, police brutality there. Now let's see. I gotta save a lot of these a lot better. I want to show to you what oppositions are doing to the students, but also before that, I want to show you what they've been doing before the authorities were going there. You saw the last episode yesterday. We did show a little bit of other videos of what's been going on, and other clips that broke it down very, very nicely. It's just, wow, this thing update. Whoa. It's so hard. So what I do is I save a lot of these. Whoa, some of the clips have been taken down. Okay, so I noticed the clips that get taken down from social medias are the ones that are exposing Israeli supporters in the maliciousness that they're doing. Yeah, another video deleted. Wow. Good thing I saved these on the side. I just got to upload them for y'all. Oh, wow. Okay, that's still up. Okay, that's just a song. That's cool. So I did see a. Oh no, it's not this one. Sorry, you're gonna be looking at me like this is my browsing face. Okay, here's another nice one. Now what the students are standing for is so Gaza could people in Gaza can have hope also. And I think I shared this yesterday, but we'll check it out now. That's beautiful. There's more where a bunch of people are saying thank you to what's going on and everything they're saying and doing for the people in Gaza, and it's so beautiful. I think I'll save more of this for my Voices for Gaza, which I'll do tomorrow or Saturday. Tune in here. I'll get a more detailed outline of all these clips and stuff and break it down. There is another situation going on in LA County. I mean, LA County, UCLA. Police arrest Annalyd Orlek. Sorry on pronunciation of the name if I got it wrong. Who is the head of the Jewish Students Program of Dartmouth for standing up for pro-Palestinian students. And we got some more comments. Yo, my boy Hitomi. I didn't miss your comment. Good. Hey, how you doing? Glad you're here. Because last time I had audio issues. This time when I play Elyanna, we will not have audio issues. But one song I can't play because it did get, blocked. So with respects, I will not play that one. And yo, my boy, Éire, good evening, brother. Glad you could swing by. Ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe to my awesome mods. They're great with amazing content. So yeah, continuing with the story here. Let's take a look here. Click. All right, ladies and gentlemen, no one's calling that anti-Semitic, attacking a Jewish woman. An elder, too. How dare someone lay their hands on an elder who's not doing anything wrong, but standing up for students, standing up for peace, unarmed? She may have taken something to piss an authority off. This is the second angle I've seen it, this incident. But I think this is excessive. It's very excessive. And I hope she's okay. We'll find out soon. This is all clips from last night and May 1st, around midnight. So it's really crazy. Now I was able to save some videos to share with you of what's happening before the situation. But yeah, okay, here's some of the I did save it because they took it down. So I'm gonna show you the animosity, the people who brought the violence to the protesters right now. And this is the stuff that's being taken down because it paints the opposition in a bad light. Opposition being Israel's the Zionist. So I'll let them speak for themselves. That's nothing new to me. Sad to say, that's nothing new to me. have seen that to my face online, death threats. Not recently, as I'm not that popular. But that's the opposition that goes against people who say free Palestine. Palestinians are human too. No genocide to anyone. No killing anyone. That's the response we get. And I haven't been in situations with that much people at me yet. But those tone, those words, those voices, those spitting, and that's what we face. And that's who the government and people in power protect. And at UCLA, that's what they're dealing with. If I can this weekend, I want to see where I can go. We had a huge protest on Sunday. I wasn't able to go. I wasn't feeling well, so I just stayed home and did all the streams that I had to do. If you can't go somewhere, I think you gotta do what you can to help. So yeah. But before all of that, ladies and gentlemen, before all of that, there was peace. There was a lot of students probably blocking a lot of things, because the whole idea of shut it down is to stop a certain area by just being there, being in present, being in the way, so you can peacefully protest. Hey, we have to stop, because what you're seeing going on in Gaza is an active, constant school shooting. School shootings to me are one of the most vile, evilest things I can imagine and have seen and heard of. And what's going on in Gaza is a massive school shooting. And I always think we could stop these. We should stop these, but we can't. So we got to try. Éire says, why are the pro-Israeli folks so angry? Palestine is the one being destroyed. Exactly. How is it? That's a very good question, because how is it offending you? And I'm talking to those who support this apartheid state, this illegal, cruel occupation, this violent occupation, this prejudice towards people who don't have equal rights. How is it to say that these people should have equal rights as everybody? How does that offend you? How is it saying that people deserve a freedom offend you? How is it that people who deserve to live in peace freely, just as you do, just as I do, how does that offend you? It's only offensive if they're in the way of some plans where you intend them not to be there. That's the only way. We're looking at prejudice in the face, ladies and gentlemen. We asked this question, or we have at some point, or maybe you should have. What would we have done in the times of Nazi Germany and them killing the Jewish people? The thing is, a lot of the world found out about it after the war. In this day and age, we're seeing a nation do that with support of other nations to a people who have little to nothing in real time. Your question of what you would have done in that time of the Holocaust, there's a Holocaust happening right now. What you're doing is the answer to that question right now. It's time to wake up. It's too late. As soon as you know it, it's too late. And we have to do something so it's not too late. Because at the beginning, and if you see my other videos, I went over in detail. The quotes from all the Israeli officials was to obliterate Gaza, to make it a wasteland, to kill every single man, woman, and child because they're animals. This is a battle between the children of light and the children of dark. That's prejudice right there, all in one package. History should be what we learn from in order to do better, not to copy paste or use as an excuse to do unto others what has been done wrongfully to people at a certain time. You shouldn't It's so backwards. It's astoundingly crazy. And then it's nuts to see how institutionalized it is and how it's promoted and funded by our own governments. That's the part that's bothersome. And I know y'all like, Kojay, I came here to talk about video games and wrestling. What is this? No, this is important. And I am using my platform to speak my truth. I did that for Release of Snarka. I'm doing it for End the Hate, to stop cyberbullying. This is wrong. Killing people. Finding a legal political way. Oh, it's just war. People die in war. It's all crossfire. These are excuses. Okay, war is an excuse to do whatever you want to get rid of people that you have prejudice for. That's what we're seeing. People are using this as a Nakba too. Even before this happened, 3 years ago, before October 2023, Israelis were saying a Nakba 2 is coming. They knew it was coming. How are these people knowing what's coming? And Netanyahu, I think he had to. In his mind, he thinks he had to. I think he believes he had to. Because in August, there were thousands of Israelis protesting against the rule of his government. Now, we all, us Americans, we really remember. I remember exactly the weekend of September 11th. I remember how scary that was. I remember how angry I was. In that moment when you kind of reach for the first person to blame, the first person or group or area that is responsible, and you're like, this is shocking. We have to attack them. We have to defend ourselves. It's like there's this sense of scaredness and anger and rage. And when you fuel that in the wrong direction, that just might be why powers that play want you to go. They want you to go in that direction. Now, I always wonder if this age of information is useful or not, because in an age of information, you have good information and you have misinformation. However, there's a lot more eyewitnesses going on. Like when we like, I think like 10 years ago, I think we all were kind of shocked at how racism is still abundant. And we're shocked at some videos we see and like, oh, I can't believe they said that. Oh, I can't believe this person did that. What is going on? The thing is, I think it was Will Smith who said it. He said, I think it was him. Apologies if I'm misquoting him, but he said it hasn't been, it's always been there. It's just being documented better now. And he's right. With all the technology, we have so much eyewitness footage that just comes out. And our government that wants to hide all the evidence that their people, that the nation they're in bed with is bad. They want to protect their rep. I don't think they could do it now. That's why it's all a lot of backpedaling, because I believe in people and the people are becoming more aware. Some slower than others, which is a tragedy. But those who wake up as quick as possible, thank you. And the rest of you need to wake up to this, because the sooner you wake up, the more lives we can save. So all the evidence is coming out. No wonder they're attacking the younger generation, because if they control the younger generation, they preserve the longevity of this prejudice utopias they're trying to invest in. So of course they're attacking TikTok, not Instagram. Instagram's not as popular as TikTok. They'll silence me on YouTube because Google people like to be in bed with the enemy as well. And yeah, I've been flagged a few times. And yeah, it's funny. But that's why they're going at this, to try and minimize the truth getting out. And they go to the biggest source, and it's the youth of a nation. And it's like that POD song. They're going at the youth of the nation, and they want to go after their strongest form of communication. But you know what? All these kids have proven to the world, and it's not just campuses in America. Campuses around the world are doing this too. I think one in London just started. There's one in Japan as well. And it's beautiful because the educational system is tied to a lot of governments and businesses, and the voice, the call of justice and truth needs to keep growing. And the more aggressive and violent these leaders become, and the groups that follow them like violent, ignorant sheep, is exposing them even more. The students and all the people in the know who are aware have more justification because you guys are proving us right. All the slander, all the outdated Islamophobia is not going to work. And the best thing, in my opinion and experience, belief and faith, is God is seeing everything. Everyone is being tested right now under heaven. God is seeing it all. SubhanAllah, you know? It's like, it's crazy. War is a racket, and it's a business too. A lot of these rich companies that deal in war and give you money, it's a big popular laundering business in the open. It's crazy. People are definitely more awake these days. It's a lot easier to have a conversation about controversial topics these days, whereas 10 years ago, you couldn't talk about this or that. Very true. Further back in the day, I think as a kid in the 90s, I would not have known anything about Palestine unless I would know a Palestinian. And read books. And Normal Finkelstein, his whole career, he's been educating and sharing the knowledge of what's been going on. And it's wonderful. And it is hard when you have factions that limit that information. I remember so we were fighting for the Snyder Cut. We had and still have the luxury of quick information to give to a bunch of people. Back in the day, like let's say I'm doing Kojay's Corner, it would be me recording it on a cassette tape and passing it to people. Hey, give this a listen. And I have no idea if they give it a listen or not. Or I had to play it on a stereo. People think I'm crazy, but at least they'd hear me. Or not. They just, muffle it and walk off. But I am blessed to have this technology to give you my voice, pieces of my life, my creativity, my interactions, my joy, my sorrow. I could share it and so many people can see it. So we are blessed with a lot of stuff. So in the Snyder Cut days, when we were able to say release the Snyder Cut, it was able to reach so many people and inspire them by the truth and by the joy of a good thing happening. Now, back in the day, I remember in the 80s, I remember my father's friends, they were like, hey, Richard Donner, he had another version of a vision of Superman. It's going to be a two-parter. He has another cut of his movie. And you know what the people back in those days had to do? They had to do what's called snail mail. I don't even know if that's a thing now. But it's when you write a letter, take a pen and paper, and you write, dear so-and-so, I really think, oh, I messed up, erase or white. If you had white out, it would be all this stuff. And then you put it in an envelope, you lick it, put a stamp on, or you lick the stamp, put it on, whatever worked. Or glue if you don't like all that stuff. And then you put it in the mailbox and you hope it went somewhere. That's what people had to do to get the Donner Cut going. Or even you would do a phone call and then, oh, it's this guy again. And you get a hold and listen to elevator music going do. Now you know how old I am. I'm doing this. See, if I see, if I meet a girl and they do call me, it's like, Kojay, she's too young for you, bro. No. So it's like one of those things. Oh, thank you. I mean, I hope I'm doing good. I have no idea. It's crazy here. So on top of the other clips, now I said that these encampments started weeks ago, and you just heard that there was a lot of them happening, but no, not Donner Cut as a two-parter, but Superman was supposed to be a two-parter as the movie when it came out. That's why they established General Zod and his two generals being sent to the Phantom Zone. It was part of part 2. It wasn't meant to be like a sequel. Like part 1 would come out, then part 2 would come out and all that. But that's what it's supposed to be. Not like part 2 was a two-parter. And then when Donner Cut came out, it was his story of how it was supposed to be, because they reshot stuff and he didn't get to do his thing. I forgot how it went, but unlike Snyder was able to shoot all of his principal photography. When you do that, your movie is there. Donner didn't get to, so he had to do some cheats for the Donner cut. That's why some things look a little weird, but you could get the story of what he was going through for Superman. And it's cool. It's cool. And my boy Integrity has a special cut as well. Thank you. So on top of that, what I'm saying, with all this access to technology, we're able to inform each other before the government finds ways to take things down and censor people and silence me. Heck, maybe one day you won't see my channel anymore. It's been deleted by the government. God, I hope not. I'll get to that Superman quote in a bit. Let me finish up with this I was like saying topic, but then my face wants to say TikTok. It's weird. So I believe this is the video I saved. And I'll post links to these later on when I can. But this is from a professor illustrating what's going on the encampments, which happened weeks ago. No violence, nothing, peaceful. I even saw some people do some dancing, some Bollywood dancing. That's not Palestinian, but everyone's sharing their culture to share love. I've shared like the Irish singing, making songs for Palestine. It's so beautiful. If I could find that, I'll play it. And before we get to the next topic. And here we go. Here's one that I got from Instagram, saved and shared. I'm not taking credit for it. This is nonprofit. Check out my charities below, especially PCRF, Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. Check that out there. See how you can help. But Israel's not letting anything in. So do what you can with your heart, with what you can afford.
You are currently participating in an unauthorized campaign.
So if you were to believe American politicians and American mainstream media, you would think that this campus is a really dangerous environment now, rife with anti-Semitic violence. And here we are in the heart of the Gaza Solidarity encampment. And right behind me is a teach-in going on about anti-Semitism, about the history of anti-Semitism, the nature of anti-Semitism, how we confront it as part of protests and social justice movements. So I keep telling people, as a Jewish person and as a person of conscience, I wouldn't be associating with this protest movement if I thought that anyone here harbored or espoused prejudice of any kind. It's not a new allegation to say that criticism of the state of Israel, or really any speech about Israel-Palestine that Israeli nationalists don't like, is somehow anti-Semitic. What is new is that the hegemonic Zionist far right has found a new set of friends in the American domestic, MAGA Trump far right. There's a really powerful right-wing political movement in this country that wants to crush higher education, that wants to suppress the culture of free speech and inquiry and debate at universities across this country. People like to say that our campus has some kind of anti-Semitism problem, and I've really seen no evidence of that. I think what we have is a situation where some people have a free speech problem with Columbia University, with universities in general. Some people have a criticism of Israel problem with the youth movement in this country. Those people have found each other, and now they're making their problems everyone else's problems. A lot of faculty have come together this week from many different political perspectives to express our common disgust and shock at the way that university leadership has abandoned us, abandoned our students, is treating faculty and students like enemies rather than members of our own community. I'm here, and many of my colleagues in Faculty and Staff for Justice in Palestine are here because we also care about the cause of Palestinian liberation. It's not, I think, an accident that the front pages of American newspapers are now full of stories about American universities instead of about Israeli war crimes and atrocities in Gaza. Let's remember that there are no universities left standing anywhere in Gaza. The university leadership sold out individual faculty members in front of Congress on live TV, and my colleagues are now getting death threats. But thank God they're safe. God willing, they stay safe. Meanwhile, over 200 university professors, deans, and presidents have been killed in Gaza as part of the tens of thousands of people who've been massacred there. So, we're having a hard time. It's nothing like what people are experiencing in Gaza or in the West Bank, but I think it's important to remember that there's more than one way to destroy a university. And so when we have right-wing American politicians coming onto our campus and accusing our students of all sorts of horrible things and accusing our professors of all sorts of horrible things, spreading lies about what we do here, it's important to remember that the real enemies of this institution are the people in this country who hate free speech and inquiry.
There you go. Al Jazeera Plus, ladies and gentlemen. That's their Instagram. Also check out their YouTube. Link to their channel is on my community of channels. That gentleman spoke everything very eloquently. Wonderful. Eloquently is, I should be very eloquently. Wonderfully eloquently. See, I'm working on it. So I assume he's liberal. He is right though. The right wing, they're the ones being very aggressive coming out, like the clip I just showed where the guy was saying these little Gazas. He was definitely right wing and of that nature, but in my opinion, from what I've seen, red, blue, they all support the devil of this terrorist state, and they will help it differently. So if you vote for one or the other, the support for this terrorist state will continue just differently. And for me, I'm not a fan of Biden because he literally has blood on his hands, and that is a wrong. No matter who I think is right, that guy has to be in prison. Like, oh, he's too old. No. If you're old enough to do sin, you're old enough to face the consequences by the law that should be instilled. Or whatever, I'm a fool, right? So it's astounding to me that the support for this terrorist state is being carried out by both parties, Democrats and Republicans, differently. And their gains to favor both their different ideologies of how to run America and go about taking our taxes and how to utilize our taxes. They go about it differently, and you're going to get a different treatment. And I personally feel one will be more physically prejudiced against the American people, where the other one will lie to the American people and still rob from us. So I really want to throw this question out there. Where did it come from that voting third party is throwing your vote away? Now, if you believe voting third party throws your vote away, that slogan, that idea, that little saying, who does that benefit? It benefits either the Republicans or it benefits the Democrats. Two wings of the same bird. Or it just benefits the same group, the lobbyists. So that's my question. And that's the truth of what's going on from what little things I could sprinkle. I do have another, we're going to wrap this topic up, but I do have another series called Voices for Haza. My boy Hitomi was on one of them. And where I just dive deeper and share and talk about what's going on and my reactions. And I always hope that each one I do, I hope is the last. But I've done like 8 of them or a bunch, but I'm due for another one. And that's where I'll spend more time. But for this show, where I'd like to go over topics, we have to hit the first one with a special one. Now let's check out the comments I missed. Here we go. That was something people said when Ye entered 2020 race third party. Oh, Kanye. Yeah. If you vote for him, you're just stealing votes from Biden. Yeah, very interesting. Ye, he warned us about a bunch of stuff. And here we go. Integrity says Superman 78 is supposed to be Superman the movie part 1, followed by Superman the movie part 2. Same as Rebel Moon, 4-hour movie split in half. I love it. Yep, and don't get me started on Superman. Yeah, no, but it's all good. We'll make a topic. But yeah, this is a friendly place. Speak your mind, share with whatever, as long as the content's good. I do not mind. And to close out the topic of free Palestine, because at this point I feel if we free Palestine, we free America. Because I feel this is the United States of Israel right now. Like, look at the American flag and all the stars, replace them all with APAC symbols. Not the Star of David. No, 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 no. I love my Jewish brothers and sisters who are good in this world. No, replace all the stars with the APAC logo. And that's the country we live in. Okay. And it's crazy. And also the stripes in the American flag, instead of going this way, make them go up and down. Because a lot of us are just imprisoned in this bullshit. And sorry for cursing. So there's this guy on YouTube, Owen Jones. I want to play a clip that another site, I think on Instagram, shared of his. And I'm not trying to rob from the fellow or any of these people, but he makes a very, very strong point. But there's this other one, another content creator, actress who's very vocal about actress, as in, like, you know, she's I haven't seen her in any big blockbuster movies, but it is part of her skill trait, and she's been very vocal about what's going on in Palestine. So she made a little entertaining clip pointing out the hypocrisy and double standards that someone posted somewhere online. So let's check it out right here. I'll put all the links of where to find these people.
The pro-Palestine people are actually worse than the BLM people were, which I didn't even know that was.
Oh, Susie, sweetie, the genuine question here is, are you that dumb? Or today you're making a special effort? And honestly, I don't care what's your name, what you're doing in your life. You're just a perfect example to show to the next generation what a person without morals and values and without a heart is, without empathy, you know. Thank you for that. So now, to answer your question, because I'm very close to the border with Gaza, I'm trying to get inside. They don't have a port, or they don't have an airport, because the Israeli, with the illegal occupation from 75 years now, they're not allowing them. They're not allowing aid. The genocidal army of Israel, they're not allowing aid. So what is bothering you that much? Maybe 35,000+ Palestinians butchered in the last 7 months. It's not enough for you. And all this is done with the money from US. So all those students who are protesting and everybody around the world who's protesting, it's our fault, right? In your small little mind of a person without any kind of empathy, that is your problem. Or maybe you want a Palestinian home. Maybe you want to be a Zionist, or you are one, and you want their house to kick them out and kill them. Maybe, who knows? You're jealous on them.
She's so brilliant. So that just reminded me of something I want to look into. So oh, I gotta stop this. Pardon me. I'll save this bit for the I'll save what I was gonna show for the Voices for Haza. But now we're going to end this topic with Owen Jones. This is something he made a long time ago with the story of Hind. If you do not know the story of Hind, she's a little girl who made a call for help. She's stuck in a car, and she's calling for the authorities. IDF picks it up. They get her location. Where are you? We're sending help. Then the EMTs, paramedics, whoever goes over there. And then the next thing people find is the paramedics, the people in the car, including Hind, were all shot to death. So the response of that was very racist and prejudiced, to the point where I heard the people who are pro-Israel and pro-Zionist are either blaming Hamas, like Hamas did it, and they're justifying or finding reasons why that had to happen. And it's been discussing. That's why one of the students dedicated a hall to Hind, called it Hind Hall. That was a statement. There's a lot of there's a lot going on. And Owen Jones, who's been very, very vocal about what's going on in Gaza and the Palestinians, and he's been on Piss Morgan's show even, he makes a very, very, very strong comparison of the bias, the hypocrisy, and the double standards of those who are in denial of what's really going on. And check his clip out, and I'll give you links of his channel and content after the show in the links below. If it's not there, check back and refresh, and I'll give you all the links so you could support all these great people.
Just imagine we had the recording of a 6-year-old Israeli girl desperately ringing the emergency services after Hamas militants had slaughtered her relatives in a car, including 3 of the children. Imagine we also had a prior recording of her 15-year-old cousin desperately pleading for help before you hear her being violently murdered by Hamas gunfire. Imagine then an Israeli ambulance sent to rescue this little girl was then blown up by Hamas militants, killing both paramedics. What would be the response? Well, I think you know what the response would be. It would be offered up as evidence of the supreme evil and barbarism of Hamas. We would be told that it proved that they are worse than the Nazis. It would also be offered up as justification for the need to wipe Hamas off the face of the earth. Every politician in the West would issue statements dripping with grief and righteous fury. But you see, this horror did happen to a girl, a 6-year-old girl, called Hind Rajab, and her family, and the paramedics who were sent to rescue her. But those killed were all Palestinians, and those that killed them were Israeli soldiers. So, fiery denunciations of the supreme evil and barbarism of the Israeli Defense Force, they didn't happen. Nor did statements from politicians dripping with grief and righteous fury. Instead, the West continues to arm and back Israel's mass slaughter.
Yeah. At this point, I get bombs and bullets all mixed up because they're all been used, all kinds of violent military arsenal on civilians. I go over one of my videos of a Hellfire missile. It's a missile that doesn't explode, but it has like 6 blades that shoot out. And when they shoot out, they just come out like, like a pocket knife really quick. And there's 6 of them, and it just shreds down. And then they disperse, bouncing around, cutting everything in sight. I saw the effects of that, the after effects of all these children and probably a few adults all sliced, and a few of them survived, just crying and in pain, losing limbs or bleeding out from somewhere. And I was in a hospital, a bunch of the civilians, or a medical ward, or wing, whatever. I can't imagine how this doesn't bother people like it should. It doesn't. I can't understand how this doesn't bother the people in the places that have the power to stop this. So yeah. Before going to the next topic, we are going to have a moment of silence for those who are losing their lives in Gaza, and we'll get on to the next topic as soon as I remember what that topic was. This stuff really takes a toll on my heart and spirit, but I hope I'm doing some good. Pardon me. I hope you tuning in this helps. I hope you are doing good, and I just hope for so many things, and I hope this helps. So yeah, we'll see. My bad, my bad. That was the wrong video. I was going to surprise. I was like, oh, this song. So there's this Irish artist who made a beautiful, beautiful song. Was it 2 or 3 years ago? He wait, no, this isn't him. Oh, this is someone else. What? Where was it? There's this beautiful song made a while ago about Palestine, and I just love this live performance of it. And wow, there's more songs for Palestine. Now, a lot of Irish people sympathize and feel with what's going on, and a lot of them have been outspoken with what's been happening. And this, when I came across this song, I was moved, I was uplifted. It was just beautiful, and I want to share that with you all. Again, not trying to monetize this at all. You know, it's okay if they ding me and then they play a commercial before this video just to get their credit. That's fine. That's fine. Where'd this go? Did they take it down? No, they couldn't have. Impossible. Silly. What? Where did it go? Didn't I save it somewhere? I thought I did. Maybe it's the algorithm. It's not letting me do it. Let's try this. Oh, there it is. Island of Éire. I hope I said that right. I found it. Ha ha! Ha ha! I found it. All right, so here we go. For real this time. My apologies. Yeah, this will be the song to end that topic. And let's do full view. And let's hit that play.
Thanks very much. This is a song I wrote, but I think you will know the chorus. Without freedom, our human rights, occupation by a military might, a clear command from an apartheid state, dominate, intimidate, humiliate, forced from their homes and to flee their land, colonizing that never ends, demonized, dehumanized, but they will rise, they will rise, they will rise, they will rise, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Open prison, surrounded day by day by tanks and guns from the USA. And no more sickening, more crimes, no medicine, water, food or life. The carpet bombing that's happening today. White phosphorus coming down like rain. We can't stand by and watch this genocide. The world must rise. 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 From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Sing it! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. One more time. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
I got the audio on. Haha. That's a good song. God bless those people. I'll put the link to that video in the comments below, and like and subscribe to him. He did make a studio version of that song. That sounds really nice, but that live version in the park, I don't know. To me, I like live recordings of songs, and it's just really cool. And there's something very, very, very beautiful about it. And when you hear the acoustics, you hear the reality, the slides on the guitar. I like it all being. I like being present in a way that music can be great without the studio effects or the studio quality of isolating sounds and that perfection. So, anyways, that's just me. But yeah, we're going to, since we're talking about music, let's talk about Elyanna. Now, Elyanna, I got the pleasure to see live in concert. And we didn't go over this because I was hoping to share her music and that experience with you yesterday. And since we ended on music and we're talking about Palestine. If you all don't know, Elyanna is a Christian Palestinian artist here in LA doing pop music, or what I call, or what the many call, Arabic pop. Now, as the world is getting bigger, a lot of people are fans of different music. Like I remember 10 years ago. No, wait, it's 2024. Okay. I remember 15 years ago, I was telling some friends, like, yo, check out K-pop. This stuff is dope. It's dope. It's awesome. You're gonna like it. And they're like, yeah, but check out this. I'm into Brazilian pop. I was like, what? And then we exchange artists, and then we got and stuff. So now earlier I was talking about age of information, but how fast we're able to access entertainment and stories, film from other parts of the world is beautiful, because there's a lot of talent out there. And if you expand your palette, there's more to love, in my opinion, and more to experience. And the fact that you could see and enjoy art and slices of life from other people and see how relatable it is, it really brings us all together. It's beautiful. And maybe that's why many of us have empathy and joy and love for so many different people, where, as we saw in the previous topic, so many factions and people in power are trying to wedge us against each other to kill one another to make a profit off of and expand land and all this stuff. When really, if we just visit one another, if we spend time with one another, enjoy each other's food, each other's art, music, stories, and go to the same concerts or same movies, we can have a great, wonderful time, and it's beautiful. And I think that's the future we live in today. All this negative stuff is stuff of the past. So I came across a music artist named Elyanna while I was getting more accustomed to the Arabic world, and to find out that she also has Chilean descent. She was born in Nazareth. Her nickname is the Queen of Nazareth, and she's here in LA doing pop music all in Arabic, and she's fantastic. I put the link to her channel in the video I did last night, the live I did last night. I'll do it again here. She's cool. And if you like, I would say Rihanna meets the vocals of an operatic singer, like I would say Sarah Brightman, even. That Elyanna has those vocal ranges, and her performance and videos and how she puts her shows together has that K-pop quality, and K-pop quality is Super Bowl halftime show all the time. And that's why, Hitomi knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, we're talking, and let me get the overlay in. So I was blessed to get tickets to see Elyanna at the Wiltern here in LA. And she put on an amazing show, which I was raving on last video. So I don't want to repeat too much of what I said, but I think it's just good of what she's doing, of expanding, sharing her culture, entertaining so many people with music, and breaking barriers. Because, a lot of times ignorant people will hear Arabic and think, oh, terrorist, and all this stupid Islamic phobic stuff, or assume that, or if not, just assume the person is Muslim or whatever. She's actually Christian. She's filled with so much talent. She could dance. She can sing. Like, her voice is so beautiful. And she made a song for Gaza when this stuff was going on, escalating, and she postponed her tour. And I couldn't share the clips properly with audio last time because of technical difficulties. I'm trying to figure out my setup here. As you can see, I'm in 1080p this time. I'm feeling very cool about that. So I'm going to share with you her music that I was able to capture from the concert that I shared on my socials. And again, I'm not trying to do any. Actually, one of the I did share the encore, and I did upload that to share with y'all, but I got copyright strike said this is blocked in certain countries, so I was like, I'll just delete the whole thing. I'm not gonna have this thing have that thing. When it's blocked in other countries, I'm like, I don't want to use it because my whole idea is I want to be accessible to everybody. I don't want to deny anyone any of the stuff I'm sharing and speaking. So if it's got the regular one where it's like, hey, this is not a strike, but hey, you can't make money off of this, it goes to the artist, I'm like, that's cool with me. Only my original stuff I will try and market and fairly, but this channel is for a lot of love and fun and sharing and all that stuff. So not illegally. let it be known. So let me get my other tab up. Ooh, it went away. So I got good seats. I went with my boy, Lucky Roller, Julian. He's been protesting with me. He saw the Snyder Cut with me, and there's which we're gonna go to. We're gonna end on some Snyderverse stuff. After this, dive into some pro wrestling, and that will be the show. But since we're on music and Palestine, let me share with you my Elyanna, and I'll make this our Elyanna. Yeah, I did say it right. Did I say Illy? My bad if I did. So I'll make these live too, so y'all can see. But here we go. And hopefully. I mean, the Wiltern, there's not a bad place to check this stuff out. And it's a cool little small venue here in LA. And it's near Koreatown. So there's always some good food places to stop by. Yeah, what's the Wiltern? The Wiltern, oh, I gotcha. Yeah, the Wiltern is maybe I can find some pictures of it online and show you. But yeah, it's a decent sized theater, not huge, not stadium size at all, but it's got a good balcony and stuff where you can see some artists. I saw the Gazette there twice, which is really cool. I think I was there for another artist. I can't remember, but yeah, it's decently known. Not like older artists and up and coming artists like Elyanna will probably perform at venues like this, or maybe a comedy actor would perform at a place like this too. But it's pretty cool. Let's get the banner off, and I'm gonna share with you my screen. And here's one of her songs. And here we go. I titled it Elyanna Live. Haha. Here we go. Haha, that was cool. So it's very K-pop actually, because what a lot of K-pop artists do is oh, let's bring up Elyanna's banner back up. We're talking about Elyanna. We're enjoying Elyanna. So what's really cool about what K-pop does is they have a backtrack and the singer sings along with it. So really good artists, you can't even tell. And a lot of K-pop artists accomplish that where you can't really tell who's singing. The ones that are kind of like I've seen some artists live and I was like, you don't sound like I thought you sounded like on the track. What's going on here? So her music is really good, her voice is excellent, and one of my favorite songs of all time is called One Shot Two Shot by Boa. When I see her perform live, I was surprised at how half the time she sings the lyrics and the other time is the backup track and she just bounces in. But it's whatever you do, because it's really hard to sing and dance at the same time. In fact, a lot of K-pop artists, what they do is that they jog while practicing their vocals at the same time, because a lot of the singing comes from your diaphragm, and also when you move, you dance, you're popping whatever. So I don't know what I just did right there, but yeah, she's really great. Check out her catalog; it's fantastic. Yeah, real catchy. It is. I'm gonna play some more from her for you, and maybe we could do a reaction on one of her videos and not get in trouble. Hopefully. Maybe I'll save it for later. We'll see. Let me know in the comments and we'll see how we do with that. But yeah, Elyanna is amazing. I really like her work, and I see that she's busting her butt off to put on a great show. The energy, doing all that, she was great. Her mom was there at the show taking pictures for fans, with fans, and all that, just praising her and being so happy. And she's really talented. I hope she gets big. That's what I was looking at. And the fact that she's local is great. I heard that other people there, they've seen Elyanna more than 5 times. I was like, all right, I'm gonna see her next time. But yeah, her being a local, there we go. There she is. Her being a local here in SoCal, California, LA, I'm proud. Like even Éire is my boy. You're West Coast too, like me. She's one of our home court advantage. It's cool. Ha. I don't know what home court advantage means. That's a little basketball terminology, but yeah, the home team. Now she's got this other song called Sokara. Oh, Sokara. I'm still learning. And did I not put? Oh, I did put Sokara up here. Oh my gosh, this song is. Oh, which is my favorite? Yeah, this song is definitely one of my favorites by her. You get it on iTunes, and the beat is so. I'll let you hear it instead of talk about it, huh? Yeah, let's do that. Now let's get the banner back down. Let's get this back around. Bam. It's got this real 80s synth background haunting sound, and I really love this track for that. It's so cool. You'll hear it. Sokar translates to sugar. So here we go. And you can get the song on iTunes. It's a single. You don't have to buy the album or anything. Oh, you can buy whatever you want, actually. Here we go. Full screen, please, por favor.
Everyone looks gorgeous. So clean. All the hakka, the kafiyeh, the bandanas, the coins.
Bump this.
Get up for this.
No, I
Hey, sorry I was on mute there. Hopefully that was good quality for you to hear the tune, but man, that was a good song. And yo, I'm Kojay, but we got another J in the house. Fatal J, what's up, man? Swinging back in my neighborhood, talking from the X app. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for swinging by. Fatal J, some episodes of the Chop Shop with Il Divino Vega had a pretty cool show talking about stuff, saying some Star Wars stuff I didn't expect coming from you, but it's cool. Thanks for swinging by and showing some love, man. I appreciate it. One J to another. So yeah, I am going to be looking for the other clip I have to share with you. I don't know why I keep switching the things here. So now there's another band I like that is based out of Denmark. There's two of them now. I don't know what happened to the third one. I'm terrified to find out. But this group is called Outlandish, and it's a unique group. One of the members, it's a hip hop R&B group, and I kind of classify that as pop because pop can be very versatile, especially pop uses vocals, dancing, and this group doesn't dance though, and rapping as well. So Outlandish is a group of three brothers. One is from Pakistan or Pakistan descent. One is from Guatemala and one is from Morocco, and they're all in Denmark. And what's cool is that Outlandish, what they do is they blend all their cultures in one. And I think I'm not sure, but the faiths are probably, I don't know what their faiths are. Two of them might be Muslim and one might be Catholic or Christian. But either way, these guys get along great and did amazing music over the years. Now it's only two of them. And so I don't know what happened to the other. Sometimes I'm terrified to find out. I'm like, did he get sick? Did he die? Or did he just retire and didn't want to do the music anymore? He's just satisfied. I hope it's the latter, like the singer from Killswitch Engage. The second singer, Howard, I think, Howie, he's not with Killswitch Engage anymore. But man, his voice, oof. I'm getting distracted. So why I brought up Outlandish is that they have a song called Calling You that Elyanna does a cover of. And what she does, she sings it. The song is mostly in English. But then when it comes to the rest of the verses and chorus, she switches it into her beautiful Arabic. And we're going to check that. And she did that song live. And I'm still getting used to Elyanna's catalog. So I'm very much of a new fan here. So what you're seeing, what you're witnessing right now with your boy Kojay right here is the blossoming of being an Elyanna fan. I don't know what her fan base is called, but I'm here for it. And yeah, I'm going to share the song on one, maybe two more of hers as we hang out here in Kojay's Corner. I like how I kind of advertise that. I'm getting better at this, I think. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah!
I know. Wow, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. This is a dream. Literally, you're witnessing my dream right here, right now. I want to thank you guys for being here with me tonight. And I'm so happy to celebrate Arabic Heritage Month with you. This is a very special night for our culture and for our generation. So I'm so proud to be a part of this generation. We say what we want. You're right. All right, guys, so this next song, if you know it, I want you to sing with me, all right? Let's go. I'm calling you. So it's falling through. I need of you to trust in my faith. My tears in my ways is drowning, so I cannot always show it.
Oh yeah. Whoa, I only got a bit of it. I think I was busy. I caught myself singing. I don't want that on tape. But yeah, what's up, bro? Aries, have a good night, man. I'm glad you. It is a smooth track, though. Yo, that's my favorite song by her right now. Silkara, which translates to sugar. Oh, no. That wasn't it. That was Calling You by Outlandish, her cover. Ooh, it's a dope track. Definitely get her music, man. Check it out. Yeah, have a good night, man. Thank you for being here and enjoying all this. Now, we're continuing on with the show. We're heading towards our end part now. If I don't have enough time to share another Elyanna song, I don't want the show to go on too long. I do have stuff to do tonight. But what I'd like to do is play a song that she performed live. Of course, part of this concert that was made for Palestine, and it's called Olive Branch, and it's such a beautiful song, and it's the one she dedicated to Gaza, and the lyrics are beautiful, the vocals are beautiful. She's performed this before, and the track is available for purchase on iTunes as well, and other places you can stream it, I think. And it's just beautiful. Going on with the theme of what we discussed tonight, it's even more than fitting. So here we go. I'm going to share it with you, and we're going to continue with the show and have a good time here. Hope you all doing a good tonight, enjoying this. And thank you for being here. And you in the future, thank you for watching the replay. And here we go.
حكي شو خسر بكي والقلب مشروع عيدي هيك وصلني بالغاب سلام لسن زيتون عيدي هيك وصلني This one's for Palestine.
This one's for Palestine. Oh, that was so good. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, look, all the videos I check out. Oh, it's funny. So, yeah, that Elyanna is amazing. Let's bring everything up real quick. And I'm gonna say, yo, I was thinking about showing, reacting to one of her videos, but I'll save that for later. I don't want to do it all in one go. I want to promote Elyanna. Check out Elyanna. Check out her catalog on iTunes. Buy her music. Check out her albums digitally, wherever it's sold, streamed. Enjoy it. She's here. I'll put the link to her YouTube. It's amazing. She's a great artist. I love it. And now you can hear it. Last night you couldn't hear it. And I'm glad my boy Hitomi was here so you can hear it. He saw it. He couldn't hear it, though. And I am getting better at this. So, hey, my fellow, this is Blink approval right here. That's good. Elyanna, that's a win for you, homegirl. All right. So, we are segueing over to pro wrestling. Now, AEW. Whoa. I got to move on this side. Okay. So, AEW Dynamite was last night. Now, I want to do a review series of pro wrestling. And I don't know what to do with it yet, so I'm going to include it in this special hour of Kojay's Corner. And last night was fun. I had a great time. It was really cool. I'm glad we got a Swerve Strickland kind of promo. I kind of wish they did this last week. Last week, they kind of gave our new champion just a match. A great match, by the way, but already a championship eliminator match right after you win the title. That was kind of strange to me. I do find that as odd booking. So, when I notice something as odd booking, I can't help but shake the feeling that they did some changes last minute. And it happens with any show, really. The trick and the magic is if you could pull it off. And I thought it was great. I just think it was ill-placed. What we got yesterday with the champion was what I felt we should have got last time. Because in New Japan and Stardom and even in other, CML and other, even, local wrestling promotions, what they do is that, you'll have someone come to the ring and issue a challenge or start shit. And then, sorry, I'm trying to be better with the profanity. But they start stuff and then, pave the way for the next challenger. Like in Street Fighter, the next challenger is coming. So, that was really cool to see. And I was surprised. I don't know, when they said someone who hasn't been here so long for a while, I thought it was going to be Kenny Omega. But it wasn't. It was Christian Cage, which is cool because we should see more of the patriarchy. And because he has a very strong stable. And this is what I see the legacy of Swerve Strickland's title reign. We want to see his so whenever there's a champion in pro wrestling, the experience of challengers that fight the champion for the title, what we usually see is kind of they're like in comics, we would say rogues gallery. Like Batman has a rogues gallery of a certain set of villains. Spider-Man has a rogues gallery of a certain set of villains that are specifically, his nemesis, his enemies that kind of are in the way of his goals of saving the day and all that. So when you have a championship reign or a saga, you have these opponents in your title reign that is like your rogues gallery. And what they do is they bring out the best and they show why you are the champion, why it is the prize goal for people to fight you for that championship title. So there's a certain caliber they have to be at. And it's really great seeing a living legend like Christian Cage go up against our new champion, Swerve Strickland, who won the title from Samoa Joe. So it's really, really, really cool to see the next challenger step up to be Christian Cage, of that matter. So I was very pleased to see that and see how it went down. And what's cool about Swerve Strickland is that, ladies and gentlemen, he's in his time in AEW. Now I remember seeing him in NXT for a bit. The first time I saw Swerve Strickland, he was called Killshot in Lucha Underground. That's where he and AR Fox had a feud and some tremendous matches in Lucha Underground. So I love seeing him here, where he could fight other people of his caliber, like Will Ospreay, who is also on his podcast. I do need to check out, or has it been released yet? I don't know. So I'm really excited for what the direction they're going in. Swerve Strickland. My only criticism is that they should have done this last week. Maybe Christian Cage is like, oh, I can't make it. I'm doing the old 80s phone again. But yeah, maybe Christian Cage couldn't make the show, and then they did some last minute last week. So, but that last week was a great match. It was a fantastic match. Stellar competition, but just kind of ill-placed. But I think they had to compensate for something. But anyways, we got it now, and I like the direction it's going. And got a comment. Shane Strickland. That's it. Was that his name in NXT? Because he is in my game, and I'm just gonna put him in Snyderverse Fighters, which I'm looking forward to. Snyderverse Fighters making a comeback. Snyderverse Fighters is only gonna have dark matches. The next episode of Snyderverse Fighters is Battle for the Belts 3, which I'm hoping to do something very special, and I'm really hoping I could still have Hitomi Haruko on commentary with me, but stay tuned for that. But yeah, then we have Adam Copeland with his ongoing saga with the House of Black. Now, something strange. So, House of Black, when Shane Strickland was his first ring name. Was that before Killshot, or was that his first name before? Oh, I forget, because when he was Killshot, when was Lucha Underground? I gotta do my history math again. But yeah, thank you for the history in 2008. Thank you. Where would I be without my pro wrestling homies? You know, I don't mind being corrected and educated. That's what this is about. Anyway, so back to House of Black with Adam Copeland. I like this feud he's having with the whole house. That's cool. I really, really like House of Black, and if any faction deserves to have all titles around their waist, more than the Undisputed Kingdom, I want it to be House of Black. I want House of Black I want Malachi to have the AEW Championship title, and Brody and Buddy, I want them to have a title each, either the tag titles, or one has the Continental, one has the International. And there's so many titles. We definitely need a women's tag title. I can't. Come on, AEW, make that happen. Maybe these titles just make everybody happy. But and I want Julia Hart to have the women's championship title. That would be my ideal House of Black power supremacy. Arr. Oh, I don't like that word, especially with everything going on. So I want them to have the House of Black to have that power. I want them to have that golden kingdom of championships around their waists. And so this feud with Adam Copeland, I hope, is a stepping stone for them to go there. However, this is going to play out. If one of them does get the title, I wouldn't mind Malachi being the TNT champion. That'd be cool. But I have a feeling Adam Copeland is going to hold it for a while. But I don't know. Things could happen. And the match with Buddy being a surprise. Like, we didn't know which member of the House of Black was going to show up, but it was Buddy. And going up against Adam Copeland. And towards the end of the match, they were wanting him to go his dark place. Now, this is the part where I thought was very interesting and strange to me. Now, every time the dark mist has been sprayed at a fighter in AEW, they either take a heel turn or something darker in them comes out. So, case in point, Julia Hart, when she got sprayed with it in the dark matches, every now and then when it was with the Varsity Blondes, you slowly saw Julia Hart turn into who she is today. But that change happened when the spray hit her in the face. Penta El Cero Miedo, who is, dark to begin with, when he got sprayed in the face, we got Penta Dark, who we haven't seen since Lucha Underground, as far as I remember. And then we got darker versions of him. He still stayed, loyal to his team. He didn't break off or anything. He just turned into a darker version of himself. And we've seen that with other wrestlers. Now, before Dynasty, Malachi was saying there's a darker version of you, and I'm going to bring it out or something like that. And when he sprayed Adam Copeland with the mist, I was expecting to see some kind of change in Adam Copeland. But he seemed to be carrying on the same guy. And the House of Black seemed to be still trying to bring him over to the dark side of the pro wrestling force or whatever. So I thought that we'd see a change by now because he got hit with the mist. But we didn't. So did the mist lose its power? Or is there something now? Or did Adam Copeland just kind of level up all this time and it'll take more mist in the face to get him there? Because I was thinking, they have Christian Cage there. They have Adam Copeland there. Christian Cage is already a villain. And Adam Copeland got sprayed in the face. Who else is in the indies? Gangrel. So part of me was hoping that we'd see some kind of another version of the Brood come back. I don't know. Because in the pro wrestling world, everything is canon. Just some, I think some shows keep it just in their world. I don't know, whatever. But I don't know. That's what I was thinking. So I find it interesting that the mist didn't have an effect on Adam Copeland as much. But I do enjoy where this is going. And Adam Copeland is a reborn new type of fighter. So maybe it'll take a lot more mist to change his mind. Now, on the card, that match with Jericho versus Shibata for the F the World title or for the world title as ECW. I like this. Will Copeland join House of Black? I think that could be cool. But I don't know if that would happen, but it could. Interesting. So if he does turn, into House of Black, you heard it first from Hitomi here. So that ECW rules match for the FTW championship was great. And Jericho being someone from ECW, Shibata from New Japan, and his brilliance. Now, what's cool about this match is people don't know how charming and clever and charismatic in the ring Shibata is. And I think this match showed how fun he can be too. His character with using Google Translate or whatever for when he talks has been very, very fun. Sorry, Marks, this isn't a Mark-friendly place. When they're doing the show, it totally looks like it was pre-recorded or saved, so he just presses it because he needs to play more typing if he's going to say something, or he needs to do like whisper and then play like it caught what he said and all that. And you didn't like Shibata versus Jericho, sadly. I liked it. I found it was a lot of fun. Instead of being gruesome with the weapons element, they had fun. Now the thing with ECW, just because weapons are not illegal, it never really meant that you had to use them all the time. In ECW, it's like whatever it takes to get the pin. Now, some wrestlers liked hardcore matches, so they would always go there. And then some wouldn't. Like you'd see, I think it was it Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko in ECW? Like still ECW rules, but they kept it clean. They kept it in the ring. And some of them have been very comical. So this one was along the lines of comical and fun. When Shibata was in the trash can, moving forward, like he could see him and he was hitting him, I was dying of laughter. And also when Jericho brought out the bag, I thought it was going to be thumbtacks, but it was a bunch of hockey pucks. And they fell on the hockey pucks, and then Jericho threw one at his face. That was great. I had a good time with that. And I liked how it ended because I didn't see Shibata losing it fair and square. So you had another player come in, and then Big Bill interfere. That made sense of how he lost and all that. It told me, oh my gosh, I was gonna say you just don't care for Jericho's 50,000th gimmick. Yeah, this is so. I'm glad you mentioned that. I was thinking about this when I was watching. I was like, okay, the learning tree, this and that. Didn't he just come off of coming with like the Golden Jets, and then Kenny Omega had to depart for a while, which he got into, and it was like, I was seeing, it was like Jericho, he's having fun. I feel like Jericho has this list of ideas he had all his life, all his career of like characters he wants to be, and I think he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do them all, damn it. So, but what is consistent is Jericho is still egotistical. He's still self-centered in a way. Like I feel like his whole time with Hook was a mind game, because Hook even said, yeah, Jericho, don't forget, I already know who you are, so the whole time Jericho was getting close with Hook, with saying like, yeah, he learned from me, took this and stuff. I really feel like he was playing mind games so he can beat Hook. That time when they were friends, I think it was Jericho being that inner circle villain all over again, trying to get the title. So that was their feud, but it didn't start or look like it most of the time. And Hook is the guy who just kind of, call him out, which he did. And then, Jericho did get the upper hand and won the title from Hook. So the Kenny Omega return was great. I like that the Rainmaker came out. Okada and him have had great matches. It'd be cool to see that on American soil, especially now with that amazing match with Bryan Danielson to have fought with Will Ospreay. And I like that they're looking for spectacular matches like that. And everyone wants to step up to plate to have that. So that's kind of another cool thing to go for like dream matches, iconic matches, in addition to getting title matches, because then I think that's a way to show who's worthy of what title by having such of an epic career as these characters go. Because pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, is what you're watching. Pro wrestling, WWE, AEW, NJPW, NOAH, Stardom, TJP Wrestling, TNA, CMLL, AAA, all the other ones, local wrestling like Kitsune Women's Wrestling. All pro wrestling to me are live action played fighting games, the story mode before your eyes. Some people are like, what? I don't play story mode, I just fight. It's that story mode too. And that's the cool thing about pro wrestling. You're seeing a live action fighting game told before you, in front of you. And I think it's awesome. Whichever show you like, I think is great. It's all pro wrestling. We all have our tastes. It's cool. I'm not going to fight over what soda you like. Samoa Joe versus Cassidy. That was cool. That was fun. It was just like, I felt it was too soon for Joe to come back, but if he wanted a match, I mean, we're gonna see where this goes. I thought it was great. It was cool. Orange Cassidy with I said Cassidy. Oh, a lot of Cassidys. Orange Cassidy with his whole story. I think it's cool where it's going. Yeah, I think it was kind of early for the best friends to break up, but they're doing something, and I'm curious where it's going. And Don Callis showing up, I thought was super random. It was kind of strange to me. It was like someone just barged in on the D&D game. So, here we go. You want to see if Orange makes the heel turn? That would be interesting. Out of this fallout, we get 2 heel turns because Rocky Romero went solo. And I think that's great. We're going to see Rocky Romero enter in the singles competition, just like we saw Mark Briscoe enter singles competition. He said, "This is my rookie years," because it's great because he's been a tag person all this time, and Rocky Romero has been backstage, and also he's been in like team competition for a while. So this is cool, and it's shuffling up the board of who's in what division, and it's interesting. This year is starting out. Well, not starting out. We're already in May, so we're almost close to the mid-season. I think after Double or Nothing, we're at mid-season, and we'll see where this goes. So it's interesting where people are turning, and if we have two people like Beretta turn heel, whatever happens, Beretta has to be like super heel. I want to see how and where he goes as a heel, or maybe he's just a meaner competitive person. But Orange Cassidy, listen to Don Castle. Maybe Orange Cassidy is in a position where he's going to a darker place because everything broke up. His best friends are all gone. It started when Yuta left, and then seeing things trickle away. Chris Statlander's barely there because she also has a faction, a team that she's loyal to, has to give her attention to, because on that team there is a title holder, her homegirl, so she's got support. So she can't always be there all the time to hold these guys together. She's the sister of the group. So this fallout of the best friends is weird because I bought a best friend shirt with all their faces, and right when I got it in the mail, the next day, Yuta broke up. He left for BCC. Maybe I'm just gonna stick to not getting team shirts, because when I do, it's like you get the band and then the band breaks up. I don't know. So, anyways, my bad if that's the case. And so the rest of the night, Mariah May with Serena Deeb was great. I love seeing Serena Deeb in action. I like Serena Deeb's character this time around. For as being a heel, I felt like it was forced. I think her as just being who she is, amazing pro wrestler, dedicated to the art and confident. Not a heel. She could be cocky. I think that's a good way she's going. But Serena Deeb is awesome. Oh man, I fell in love with her with the Mae Young Classic back in WWE, where Kyrie won that tournament. That was one of my favorite women's tournaments of all time. Oh my gosh, I wish I had it on. I wish I had it on DVD so I could rewatch all the time. Yo, let me know if WWE releases any of the Mae Young Classics, like the whole tournament, not just the finals on DVD. I want to get that. That'd be cool. Serena Deeb, yes. So then, Claudio Castagnoli versus Brian Cage. I thought that was a great match. Very good match. And where it was placed in the card, I think it was good. It wasn't filler. It was good competition, seeing these guys duke it out, because Claudio is showing you how versatile he is against who he faces. And I think it's just great. And him having the submission abilities made sense of how he could beat Brian Cage, because his technical abilities is what beats Brian Cage. Brian Cage is a very well-rounded wrestler. He's got the strength, he's got the agility, he's got the speed. But Claudio capitalized on one area that I don't see Brian Cage do much, which is the technical submission. So it was cool to see that he tapped out on that. Now back to Swerve Strickland, since we're talking about the Mongol embassy. Swerve Strickland said he's going to come with a crew of his own. And who could that be? Could he bring someone from the past? Because he's a champion. He's got more power, more leeway. And we also forget Swerve Strickland is heel. He's predominantly been the heel. So like MJF was able to be free as a heel and do different kinds of things, and the crowd would still cheer him, I believe Swerve Strickland has that power. You read my mind. He's bringing his LU brother. Yeah, that would be sick. That'd be cool, because the Mogul Embassy I want to see grow with him as champion, or they'll go against him. But I don't see that happening, because Mogul Embassy should go on for a good while. In fact, I could see Swerve Strickland, whenever he does lose the title, his story of coming back up to title picture again could be him going up against the Mogul Embassy. You could do so much with it. But I'd like to see the faction of Swerve Strickland, because if he goes super heel with the title, like against the audience, not be the audience's champion, then he could have this huge, entourage, or he could go. So he could do so much. Swerve Strickland, I am so excited with this. Him being champion. I'm very, very excited about this. The Swerve in our era. And then Jay White versus Dante Martin. Yo, Jay White's one of my favorite heels. I like Jay White doing anything, so I thought that was a great match. And I want to see the trios titles all black. The custom ones they should ditch. They should just have all black titles, because save the custom ones for the other team. I'm used to them being switched the next day. But yeah, so it was a great show. I enjoyed Dynamite very much, and it was pretty awesome. So a good Dynamite for me is a good day. I do like the awesome ones, so we'll go into this next week and see how it goes. Do we have Collision with all the sports going on TNT with Stanley Cup? It's been kind of weird. We did get Rampage right after, which I thought was great. A 3-hour pro wrestling show is awesome. You people on Raw is great. You get your 3-hour show. Hey, you enjoyed seeing Christian Cage? I did too. I like his patriarchy. I was going to say the Pinnacle, but that was MJF's. Okay, so speaking of pro wrestling, we're coming to an end. Kitsune Women's Wrestling, their show Sugoi is the next one, and I have to bring this up because this is I love women's wrestling. It's one of my favorites. Women's wrestling, lucha libre, then Joshi strong style, then Western, Kitsune Women's Wrestling has it all, ladies and gentlemen. It is half Japanese pro wrestlers here stateside with American women wrestlers, and it is awesome. And they announced a show, Sugoi, as I mentioned in the last show, of what's going on. Oh, hold on, I just saw some news. Okay, she's okay. Or there's no news on her. She's not hurt. That lady we saw get apprehended by the police and the pro-Palestine things. I was just saw a possible update, but no, they were just repeating what we already knew. So here we go. Time to share screen with y'all. Bam! Whoa! That's fine. Let's keep your boy Kojay in here. So, Sugoi Women's Wrestling. This is their 4th show, and I'm really excited to see it. I saw the other ones. I saw 2 of the 3 they had. One was a little hop, skip, and leap too far for me. I saw their first one, and I saw their last one, which Queen Amanado was at. She's the one where she's blowing the kisses to your boy Kojay. It's on my shorts on my YouTube channel. And I screamed. I was going to go, yeah, or whatever. But I sound my scream of joy or my yell of joy, whatever it was. I sound like a freaking Skeksis from Dark Crystal. I was like, I don't know. But hey, I was having so much fun. This show is great. And it's at the same venue as last time, which was amazing. If you're in the Glendale area, ladies and gentlemen, July 14th, Glendale, California. This show is going to be awesome. If you're in the area, or if you want to make yourself in the area, go to this show. I think the max tickets are about $100 for the front row seats. Everything else is like 70-40, but it's great. They have a good show, meet and greets after, and they have this cool booth that makes really cool Japanese snacks. Rice cakes, salmon, and the little rice triangles. I'm spacing on what they're called. It is awesome. And hold on. Whoa, what'd I do? Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's going to be really, really, really cool, and I'm excited for the show. It's my favorite local show, one of my favorite shows. So as we saw, Zamaya is making her debut. They also get a lot of wrestlers from Mexico. We got a lot of Baronessa last time. It was awesome, and some luchadoras. So it's really good, really cool. It's not just the Japanese one, but they're fusing with everyone on the West Side. And Aria Perkins, we said was going to go there. Jada Stone, Skylar Slice, Billy Starks is going to be there. Hitomi, you called it. You want her to be champion, and she is. She beat My Queen Aminata. J-Rod, yeah, one of my local favorites and top women wrestlers right now. And for a while, Jin Savani's making her debut. Helen Charlotte Campbell is making her debut. Marina Shafir is going to be there again. She was there last time, and she was amazing. Jordan Castle's making his debut. He's an announcer. He's a local guy here. So it'd be really cool seeing how he announces. I wonder if they're going to co-announce it, because there's another host there as well. So that'd be cool. And here's some from last time. See, there's me. Look at me with my camera recording the moments. It's just, oh no. That was a great tag match. This team that they're up against, Rico and Marty, I think. I'm bad with names. They came out to K-pop song by Kara, which is an old school K-pop group, and the song list is great. And they do the same dance choreography. Dang, they had such a great show. Oh, that's Jada, sorry. She's amazing. So loud too. You can hear it. She smells it, but she delivers so good. She's usually a heel, but man, these girls hit hard. They're awesome. That's just stuff you could expect at Kitsune Women's Wrestling. Now, Nina, this is the new stuff. Nina is going to debut as well. Milo, she's coming back. She was awesome. Emily J is making a debut. That's cool. I don't think I've seen Emily J yet. And Everly Rivera is going to be there as well. And they're going to be announcing more talent as we get closer to the date. This is going to be a great show, ladies and gentlemen. The ones I saw, 2 of 3 have been stellar. And Unagi from Stardom, who was in Cosmic Angels, but when she left Stardom and she did the indies, she is here at Kitsune Women's Wrestling, and she is the women's champion. They only have one title right now, and she's holding that title very well and strong, and I'm very proud and glad of her being a champion. What's the highest title she got in Stardom? She got the trios titles. I don't know. I don't think she got white belt or red belt, but yeah, it is a great show. I'm excited. I'm very, very sure. I'm like 99.9999999% sure I'm going to make it there. So it's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to it. And the last bit on a show that we're going to talk. Oh, wait. Let's go back to AEW. I forgot to share something really cool with y'all. So a while ago, Roosh made he's back. We saw him at Collision against Rey Fenix, and which was really, 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 really freaking cool. And I'm trying to get to his tweet because your boy Kojay is there with his homies. Man, I retweet a lot. I tweet a lot. You know, whatever's on my mind, you know. All right, so here we go. Pow! Roosh made this tweet on May 1st, 2024 at noon 06. And he's saying Roosh is back. LFI, AEW Dynamite. Making that fist right there. Bam! Really cool picture. Really, really, really cool. And let's take a look-see here. Oh, who's this right here? It's your boy Kojay. Oh, wearing this hat. Wow, the custom. Remember Hana and the Hate. I got this one too. Funny story about how I made that. Remind me to tell you sometime. But yeah, this is my boy Julian, who went to Snyder Cut screen event at Full Circle. And this is my boy Yokai Robo, Ghost of LA. Known him for like 24 years. We go back, man. And this is your boy Kojay. I didn't put on the mask because it was hot that day. I'm glad he posted this picture because this was back when we were in LA, and it was really hot that day. And it was funny when I went to see Dynamite. It was their first time in LA, and their first show in LA was the finals of the trios, best of 7 that they had. And whenever they did the promotions for the best of 7, they always played the old school 90s, early 2000s LA Lakers theme. Dun 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 boom dun dun dun. Because it's cool. I was like, wow, Tony Khan is a Chicago boy, but he's also a LA Lakers fan. Interesting. Well, I like that because it was at the Western Forum when it was called the Western Forum. Or did it turn the Kia Forum at that time? I forgot when they were there what it was called. But this was the original LA Lakers arena. So them doing all that nods just brought, it warmed my heart, and me and my boys right there. As you can see, I'm wearing the Zack Snyder's Justice League right there. But I didn't put on the mask because it was hot that day. And I was like, oh, I'm going to sweat a lot. I don't know if I should, but looking back, I should have. But what was funny about this is that me and my boys, we accidentally got there. We got there early because traffic is hella horrible in LA. Hella horrible in California, Southern California, Northern California. You could only imagine. But it's definitely horrible here. And when we planned to get there super early. So when I was there, me and my boys, we got there super early and we were just, okay, let's walk, see where we can. And we were walking and we walked through crew. Like crew was setting up and no one stopped us. Like, hey, how you doing? Did they think we were part of the crew? I don't know, maybe. But we were just walking around and we found where people were waiting. It was like, okay, let's go there. I think we belong there. Let's not do anything awkward. But which is cool because we saw all the ladders come out for that trios match. And what they did, they brought all the ladders out and then they had a team of people spray painting them all black outside and let them dry. So it's like really cool. It's like, oh, wow, they really do get the ladders day of and they spray paint them all in black, which is really cool. So we were waiting there. And while we were waiting there, we saw Eddie Kingston and Hook hang out on the side with other crew, just chopping it up. We saw Jungle Boy come to the arena. But what's funny is that the faces enter where the people can see, and the heels, they enter a different area because they want to be seen coming together because Luchasaurus, he was heel at the time. He went through another area to enter the stuff. I saw Rocky Romero. Dante was out there with his brother, but, everyone was like, hey, Dante, because his brother has been off the screen. So no one's like, I feel a little sad there. But Dante was cool. He gave me a what's up. I did a little selfie or something with him. He was really cool. And then Roosh came up to us and we're like, he was talking to his camera. He was doing live for his content on his socials or whatever. And he took this picture. And I was like, man, when are we going to see that picture, man? And then he dropped this picture. May 1st, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday. So I was like hella happy. I was like, oh, shoot, there we are. There we are. And I'm like, dang, I should have had my face on. But you know what? That's my hat. Look at the Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's there. And guess what? At the end of Dynamite, walking to my car, my friend tells me he hears someone yell, "Restore the Snyderverse." And then I was like, I didn't hear that. So I just yelled, "Restore the Snyderverse." So it was really good memories that night, everything all together. And I'm so glad Roosh posted this because, man, that takes me back. Oh, what a time. And what memories. It was cool. Hey, you did see that tweet. Haha. Lakers got blown out. Yeah. Having Laker luck, So that's a perfect segue to full circle. And this is where we're going to end it on. Now, a year ago, I said I was going to do, or I posted something on my Instagram about a full circle Kojay's Corner episode I would do. And I was going to go over a lot of things of what it meant to me, the time then, before campaigning for release of Snyder Cut, during campaigning release of Snyder Cut, after release of Snyder Cut, and it's still a lot, and I don't know how to go about it, but I do have to do that because I just saw everyone post and share that it's been a year, and I still have a bunch of pictures I need to post. It's horrible. I'm bad. I'm slow with it. I'm making my own movie right now, and it's it's a series, a little saga, web series kind of deal, but everything I shoot, I call it a movie because I want to treat it as such. I'm an indie filmmaker, so making content and being local keeps me creative, and there's a lot of downtime, and it just, if you're not creative when you're doing something that requires all your attention, passion, energy, and creativity, downtime can kill you. Downtime can ruin your flow, your momentum. So being expressive, being honest, and expressing myself creatively using video and even the gameplays I edit, I feel like it keeps things sharp for me when I'm not drawing or writing. And I don't want to lose the momentum because I've made like 4 short films and done some live projects, but obviously you don't hear Kojay directing any big blockbusters or movies that have studio support, not corruption. And boy Kojay's not there yet. I don't know if I ever will be there yet, but I'm blessed to have this space, this place where I can put my creative works out there. So making my content means a lot to me, and campaigning for this movie meant a lot to me. And I'm going to make that episode now that I realize it's been a year since we had Full Circle. And Full Circle was like a graduation for me as a fan. Like, I'm always going to be a fan and share with you what I love. But I think as a fan, there's a time when everything looks like, oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, like there's this glitz and glamour. It's like you're in the front row of a concert, like Elyanna. Let's use an example. Blink's, Blackpink or whatever, and you're like, whoa, it's so amazing. It's out of this world, best night ever. And then you put a lot of your heart and soul and energy and time and effort and even funds into making something spectacular happen, and it happens. And as a fan, I don't know if I could top that. I think it's like the highest peak I could achieve as a fan, giving the maximum amount of love to an artist or artists to get their work out there, and it happens. That's the greatest feeling a fan can have, and I don't think I could top that as a fan anymore. I think I'll always be a fan, but to the point where it like takes so much energy. All that energy now is being put into my own work, to where I don't believe in working so hard to the point where your idols become your rivals. To me, that's kind of negative. To me, the way I like to say it is I like to put my own spin on things, like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Ugh. I get the idea, but does it have to be so gross? So I switch it. What I say is saving 2 birds with 1 catch. So if I'm going to be a director, I have to be honest and stronger with what I believe in, with my voice. And I think my creativity will be stronger because, look, I'm using my platform to talk about Palestine. I'm sharing with you all some of my experiences, like at the concert, this whole show tonight probably proves, or displays. I don't really have anything to prove to anybody, but it displays, what I like to do with my time and share with you all. So I think that will help me be a better storyteller, I hope, as a director, but we shall see. And I'm not going to give up. And I feel like time to be a diehard fan is done. And I'm not going to work hard to the point where my idols become my rivals. I'm going to work as hard as I can so my idols become my equals. That's also why I refuse to get an autograph from filmmakers. Like I saw Zack Snyder and I got autograph for a good friend of mine, Ramesh De Silva. Love you, brother, wherever you are. You know that. God bless you always. Talk to you when I do, yeah. So so when I saw Snyder again, I didn't want his autograph. I just want to talk to him. Because in the short time we have, he'd be like, oh, yeah, good. Yeah, how do I spell that or whatever? Or who's it out to? This time I'm like, nah, I don't need an autograph. How are you doing? And for that precious moment, eye to eye, and he remembered me from last time. And it was nice to pick up where we left off, just as like people. I was like, hey, I'm working on a film. What do you think of this? But oh wow, 9:57. But I didn't do that. Instead, I had a nice, person to person talk with him. And I was like, yo, this is another man doing the thing that I wish I could do on the budget that he has. And it was just nice to talk to him. Even Deborah, like, she leaned in and say, hey, and then listen in on the conversation and, join in for a few seconds. And it was nice. And I felt like I graduated as that kind of fan I was at the beginning of the Snyder Cut movement, or my beginning of the Snyder Cut movement, when we were the 3 directorial films of Dawn of the Dead, Watchmen, and then BVS, all director's cuts, his director's cut screening. And I just, how much I've grown when I've seen him and as an artist. And that was last year, a whole year. That dawned on me. I wouldn't notice if I didn't see people tweeting about it online. So I thank everyone who shared it. Is like, hey, it's been a year. Even Vero said. And to the point where even a year now later, I'm way different. I'm closer to God. I took Shahada. I'm like 3 or 4 shoot days away from finishing principal photography on my own project. And it's just this new transition. And I like where I'm going. And I hope I continue to do good and be at the best person I could be. And I don't feel bad about not doing Full Circle episode of Kojay's Corner, but I think as I'm feeling like I'm coming to a full circle, I'm going to do that episode coming up sometime this summer. And I look forward to it. So I know Snyderverse means a lot to everybody. It means a lot to me. It always will. But this experience means something, means a lot to me. And I believe it's different for everybody. And for me, it speaks on multiple levels. And I'm very proud of everything I've done. I'm sad about infighting and cloud chasing and the bullying that happened on the side behind the scenes and all that stupid social media wars I refuse to cater to and entertain. Like at the end of the day, yeah, we have to realize these are comic book stuff. It's cool to be like a kid again as an adult with a mature narrative, but at the same time we have to be adults, and when shit gets out of whack, we have to handle things like adults and not turn into content or cloud chasing stuff and bully, harass people just for attention, views. Some people don't do stuff for money, but they do stuff for attention, fame, follows. It's tribal BS. That's the worst part. Like Ann Saranoff saying a bunch of people are toxic, that was negative. And negative stuff from the studio, I don't like any of that stuff. But the stuff that outshines that is the truth. There's a lot of good charity done. There's a lot of awareness. There's a lot more camaraderie amongst friends. I have a whole bunch of new friends that I cherish. I still talk to on a daily basis. I still collaborate. And Hitomi right here being one of them. And I'm truly, truly blessed. And I learned a lot about myself and what it takes for me to go forth for another artist who's in need to get their work out, even at the success that they've had. I look at that and I go, how could I, if I could do that for someone I don't even know, that I know of, how come I can't put that energy into my own self? Why don't I put that energy into making my dreams come true? Why don't I put that energy into being a better person as well? Like, be the change, literally. And then here we are, full circle. So it's been an amazing journey, and these new chapters going forward is amazing. I know the Snyderverse will be restored at some point because the vindication, the story of it is very rich, very fertile ground, and it's just a matter of how and when, really. And so many people are celebrating it and still cheering for its return in different ways. Go for it. Bang that drum as loud and passionately as you can. Just don't bang the drum on other people's heads. Chill out with that. And I'm excited for when it does happen, but I'm not holding my breath. I think celebrating it, creating demand, those are the best things you could do to have it come sooner. However you see fit, go for it with all your heart. We've already made the impossible possible, so I feel like sky's the limit, and there's already footprints on the moon. So let's check out the content here. The comments, I mean. Oh man, I gotta stretch after this. I didn't realize this would go so. I was literally meaning to go like an hour, but this turned out to be really good, and I needed this because I got triggered by Biden today. Because when he made his speech about the protesters being negative, I made a comment. It's like the protesters didn't bring an angry mob to the scene. The protesters didn't hit someone on the head with a 4x4, spray people with pepper spray, or shoot people with rubber bullets. I made this whole list, and they did. Whoever was in charge of YouTube over that account didn't let my message post. But what they did let post is all the people making fun of me after that. And I was like, you know what? I come from Snyder Cut days, and I'm old. I turned 44 this year. I ain't got time for that bullshit. So I was like, well, this government wants to hide the truth. So be it. They can't hide the truth forever, and no one can hide from God. Always love to create stories, characters, worlds. One day, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna know Hitomi is quite a storyteller too. I'm gonna say that and no more. Hitomi you're a very talented guy, brother. You have a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and different traits, and whatever form you take to tell your stories, it's going to be rich, and I'm excited for it all. I just hope to always be able to have access to a front row seat to see it all happen, man. You're awesome. Keep shining, brother. It'll happen. Inshallah. Integrity says, saving two birds with one catch. Interesting. I did notice some of your little twists on certain sayings. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. You know, I was training to be a DJ once, so maybe I'm doing a little remix to what I do. Nice message. Thank you. I hope it's nice. I'm just trying here, you know. Yeah, I don't put celebrities on a pedestal. It's better just to be real. Yeah, you know, I would say Lex Luthor had a good quote, which is no good came from hero worship. And I believe that. Hero worship, I mean, I don't know. In my faith, you're not supposed to believe in false idols. You know what I'm saying? So hero worship is a little plain to that. Even with K-pop, they call them idols. I see them as artists, and I just love what they do. And I'm cheering them on. But I don't worship. I leave that for, you know, that's for God. Allah. When we make our own project. Oh, then we make our own project. Haha, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yep, great points. Thank you. I'm glad I have some points. And I write when I get the ideas that come to me. Just takes a while. Ha ha ha. It does. It is a process. It is a process. And it's 10 a.m. Who's texting me? Oh, my cousin. Oh, shoot. Did I miss this? All right. All right. Let's do Fortnite now. Okay. So I guess that's the show. But anyways, I had nothing in the tank after that, really. Thank you all for being here. I want to do this take 2, this other Kojay's Corner, because technical difficulties bothered me yesterday, and I really wanted to, give and introduce you all to Elyanna, who I really loved the work and performance of, and I'm a fan of now, and I hope you all get a chance to check her out and be one too. Sometime around this time tomorrow, you'll definitely expect the links in the description of this video, of this live, and you're seeing the replay. I appreciate you. Yeah, and I'm kind of glad Biden bothered me today, so I had to speak up. But yeah, so that is the show, and I will advertise on my channel. I do have May 17th. You're on Kojay Day. I'm having a watch party here on my channel, and I think about 8 to 10 lucky people will be able to watch the movie for free. I'll have you join backstage and watch the screen I'm sharing, but I only share with the panel. I don't share anything publicly because that's illegal. I'm not for that. But the movie is cheap to rent. It's really good. It's a martial arts movie by the director of Ong Bak about a girl, Jija Yanin, who plays an autistic girl who learns Muay Thai, and she helps out her mom, who has history with local gangs and mafia. And she's trying to collect money to help with her mother's medical bills. It's a great story, amazing. And I'm going to end this with a trailer for that. Be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout for more episodes from me. More gameplays are coming up. I'm doing more Kojay's Corner. This is going to be a regular thing. I'm just looking for a night. Maybe I'll do Thursday night because I need something in between my 2 wrestling nights, But we'll see. And let's see what the last comments are. I can be a Grinch sometimes, but lately, regarding division and infighting, I feel like oftentimes the only difference between a friend and an enemy is a willingness to find common ground. Very interesting. I also found a quote, and I tweeted it. I forgot when to look it up. But when you have a disagreement or a complication or miscommunication, or when you're opening up to someone, what happens when you have that moment, that interaction? A true friend will stay in the end. The fake friend will be an enemy at the end or be gone. So I think that's when and that's when I found out. But life lessons, I think it's not the first and won't be the last. And just stay true. And I'm just thankful for all the blessings these days. For people who are not around by choice and being, they want to be sour, that's not my responsibility or fault. I tried everything I could to do well, so I can only go forward, and we'll see what's good. And yeah, what movie is it again? Well, on this outro, you're gonna know. And thank you all for being here. Mwah, much love. God bless. I'll see you next time, and mark your calendars for May 17th, and I'll give you a trailer to pump you up for it. All right. And as you know, God bless. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Free Palestine. No genocide to anyone. And I'll see you next time I see you. All right.
over. Whoops. See ya.